Mr. Tييري Foroment, CEO of Fiolia Water Technology Middle East. Fiolia is a provider of optimized water treatment plots for the municipalities and industries. You are welcome at أولا اقتصاد وأعمال. Mr. Tييري, first, today the whole globe and mainly the MENA region is experiencing some of the most significant environmental challenges we face. From rapid urbanization to scarcity of natural resources and climate change. How much you think there's potential for water treatment and management projects in the MENA region?
Well, the main water treatment technologies for sustainable development are the technologies allowing to reuse wastewater. In Veolia, we have the technologies, all the technologies available to produce the purest water from any kind of wastewater, and particularly from sewage, which is one of the easy wastewater. Generally, for sewage treatment, we use our patented and compact moving bed bioreactor biological treatment and our Veolia Hydrotech drum and disc filters for tertiary treatment. This combined treatment allows to produce water suitable for reuse as irrigation, like we did on the project for Kuwait Ministry of Public Works project with Al Kharafi. We have also developed a range of modular plants for treating treated sewage effluent, and that use ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis to further treat the effluent to a quality suitable to feed cooling towers, boilers, or other processed water applications. So we combine these technologies with our own range of Hydrex water treatment chemical to reach the best efficiency with the plant and the minimum operating cost for our customers. And we have a full range of digital solutions under our Upgrade brand to assist in that. These digital solutions go from simple cloud-based monitoring systems of the plants to smart solutions based on artificial intelligence and allowing to constantly optimize the plant operation and reducing the electrical and chemical consumption for a better sustainability.
How do you evaluate the performance of Veolia in the last year, and how much growth did it register in terms of sales and turnover?
Well, I shall only speak of the activity of Veolia Water Technology in the Middle East. For us, 2020 was a very contrasted year. We saw a big contraction of our revenue and our bookings in the first half of the year, particularly in the second quarter of 2020. Even if, thanks to our frontline workers and our support functions, we were able to continue serving our customers even during the peak of the confinement. So the second half of the year delivered very strong results in terms of both bookings and revenue. So all in all, our 2021 revenue was only about 15% lower than in 2019.
Okay, as I said before, in light of the environmental challenges the whole globe is facing, how do you evaluate the importance of water treatment technologies?
Well, the climate change in the world is facing can only increase the water scarcity of the Middle East region, and as such, water technologies in desalination and reuse have a key role to play to limit the impact of the climate change on the local population and the industries. One topic for me which is really critical is how municipalities and industries in the Middle East can increase drastically water reuse. Desalination will always consume more energy than reuse water treatment. So if we want to be more sustainable, it is necessary that we continue on one hand developing new ways to reduce the consumption of the seawater desalination plants. But at the same time, it is necessary that we go further in reuse and we reduce the amount of treated sewage that eventually goes back to the sea, where it will mix with the sea and have to be desalinated again. So, and it's very easy and very possible to treat this sewage to a quality which make it usable to various process applications. For example, feeding cooling towers that consume a lot of water to do the air conditioning, or feeding boilers, or various industrial process application. And of course, if treated sewage can easily be treated to be reused as potable water, I do not believe this will become acceptable for the population of the region before many years. So it's very possible to treat sewage to potable water quality, but it's certainly not something that will be accepted in the region for a long time.
Okay, what are Veolia's main technologies for sustainable development, and mainly in optimizing water consumption?
Well, as I just described, the main water treatment technologies for sustainable development are the technologies allowing to reuse the wastewater. We can really easily treat any kind of wastewater to the best quality of water you may dream of. It's just a question of price and economy into it. Among the example that I can give is these plants that we are currently building for Kuwait and for the Ministry of Public Works through our partner Al Kharafi in that contract. And on these plants, we use our own proprietary technology to treat the water, and in such a way that the water treated can be easily reused for irrigation. So directly on the same site where the sewage is generated, we produce water that can water the development and the housing developments, and make the life in these housing development much nicer for the people that live there.
Okay, how did coronavirus pandemic and its repercussions impact the operations of Veolia during the last year?
Well, again, I will only speak of for the Veolia Water Technologies entities in the Middle East. For all, first of all, we were very fortunate that in the region we did not incur any COVID-related fatality in our staff. The pandemics demonstrated the very big resilience of our local Veolia staff, our frontline workers, our service engineers, our site construction and commissioning teams, our workshop and chemical blending plant staff. They continued serving our clients all the time, even at the peak of the confinement. In all the countries of the region where we are present, our support functions were able to gather the necessary authorization for people to move to their workplace. We are also able to implement quickly all the digital tools that allowed our office staff to work from home. So all our projects continued to progress during the year and during the pandemics. As a typical example of the resilience of our staff, I would like to speak of the staff of our workshop in Dammam in Saudi Arabia, who at some point had to sleep in the workshop to continue deliver the equipment for Saudi Aramco that we were building or manufacturing, because the industrial zone was closed during because of the confinement. So So that shows the efforts that were developed by our staff to continue serving our clients. So for sure, 2020 has been a very challenging year, but as a company, we grew stronger from it. And I'd like to say that for the first time in years, we managed to complete the year without any lost time incident for our staff. So our frequency ratio came down to 0. And this crisis also demonstrated more than ever the interest of our new upgrade digital solution. You know, being able to control from your mobile phone the performance of your water treatment plant is definitely an advantage when you have such pandemics, and that's a very significant way for us to differentiate from some of our local competitors.
Yes, the Gulf governments in the Gulf have set strategies to boost the agriculture sector. Do you think that this will boost the demand for water and waste treatment projects? And what is your strategy to obtain more projects?
Well, we focus on the water treatment projects where we can offer differentiating technologies to reduce both the capex and the opex of the plants. We prioritize projects based on our multifaceted performance criteria, which are following the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and in particular on reuse projects, as I was explaining earlier. We benefit from the financial strengths, the research and development capabilities, and the technologies of the biggest environmental company in the world. Today, Veolia represents more than 27 billion euros of revenue per year and employs close to 180,000 people in the world, of which more than 5,000 in the Middle East. So this is the assurance for our clients that we always deliver plants that meet their performance guarantees, and we will never walk away from any contract before it is completed. We partner with local contractors to offer the most competitive solution, and we maximize the use of local resources and local content. And we try, wherever the client wishes, to continue monitoring and supporting the plants long after the warranty period is over, thanks to our digital solution that allow our clients to minimize their operating costs. So we believe that it's really through this differentiation that we can develop the company in the region for the benefit of the strategy set up by the local governments. But it's true for the municipal market. It's also true for the industrial market.
Yeah. As you mentioned previously, you have several projects now in Kuwait. Where else you have projects, and what markets are you looking for?
Well, the contract with Al Kharafi for MPW is indeed in Kuwait, but as explained before, we are present in most Middle East countries, and we are managing projects and services in most countries. So indeed, Kuwait is one of our target countries, and particularly the municipal market there. But Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, and Qatar are also our key focus for 2021. Some countries more for the municipal market, some others more for the industrial application, particularly in the oil and gas and in the food and beverage sectors. We believe the concept of our packaged sewage treatment plants is very interesting for municipalities and developers when compared to the traditional large size plants, concrete built. it's always difficult for developers to predict the volume of sewage that will be produced in a new housing development and how fast it will ramp up. So in that respect, having this modular plant is really an advantage, and the fact that this plant can be used for irrigation around the development is also a very good advantage of this solution. And the fact that we have many plants spread in the development also cuts a lot on the sewer network that needs to be built, because in each part of the compound you can have a water treatment plant and irrigation around it. So Kuwait MPW have understood the advantages of this configuration and probably are in advance in the region implementing it, but we hope that they will be followed by other municipalities or ministries in the region.
Yes. Finally, what are the main challenges facing this industry in the region, and how can you overcome it?
Well, the Middle East market is, as I'm sure you know, one of the most open and competitive markets in the world. So price is always very high in the drivers of all our clients. Being the subsidiary of a big multinational group offers many advantages to our clients in terms of financial capability, the robust health and safety and compliance processes we have in place, which are both absolutely non-negotiable in the Veolia group. Our strong local presence in most countries of the Middle East to be close to our customer during and after we have delivered the plant, our local manufacturing capabilities, but all that, of course, has a cost. On projects, we have to compensate this extra cost by partnering with local competitive civil work companies, and we limit our scope to supplying technologies that will reduce substantially the footprint and the tons of concrete that need to be poured. So unfortunately, this is not always possible in this part of the world. To push your technologies in a project. The clients supported by consultants have very prescribed specification that we need to follow, and these are also very important because not all the suppliers are like Veolia with the capabilities to make sure that the plant will deliver its characteristics. So we have to work with that and adapt to this specificity of the local market. What I feel is that also capex is generally a main consideration on project, and not enough weight for me is put on the OPEX side, where again our technologies and our digital solution could offer substantial savings, but they are not necessarily properly valued in the various tenders we have to answer. The lack of value on the treated sewage effluent and the lack of network to convey such effluent is also an obstacle to a better reuse of this effluent, and probably the reason why today more than 40% of the treated sewage effluent goes back to the sea instead of being reused locally. Also, I feel that one of the difficulties in the region is that the cost of disposing industrial effluents is probably still too low compared to, for example, what happens in Europe. And because of this, if this cost was a little bit higher, then the payback of reuse plants that we could offer would be much faster, and because it would be valued not only based on the savings you do on the fresh water you need to feed your plant, but it will also be based on the savings you do on the not having to discharge this effluent at a high cost. So these are some of the hurdles we have to go through in the region. But nevertheless, I'm confident that most countries in the region are moving in the right direction, which offers great opportunities for a company like Veolia Water Technologies.
I would like to thank you again, Mr. Froment, for giving أولا اقتصاد الأعمال this opportunity, and I would like to wish you wish Veolia more growth and prosperity.